Hey guys. So, how often have you walked past some herbs in your supermarket? Herbs like rosemary or basil or stuff like that. How often have you just walked right past this in the fresh produce aisle and go straight to them powdered herbs, in them powdered aisle? All right, so today I'm going to talk to you guys briefly about rosemary because that's what we're looking at here. We're looking at some rosemary. But first, let me take a moment to mourn the loss of my rosemary plant. Unfortunately, I left this outside and it died in the cold weather. But it's all good. All right, so we're going to talk about rosemary for a second. All right? Rosemary is one of the very good herb for your hair and your overall health. All right, we're going to talk about rosemary for the body first, what it does for the body. Rosemary is said to be one of them herbs that helps with cognitive function, okay? Helps with memory loss. All right, this research has been done and it has been proven to improve cognitive function. So if you have, for example, if you have an elderly person who is suffering from stuff like dementia or memory loss, or if you have a child with ADHD, some type of, cognitive development issue, you might want to consider rosemary. All right. Rosemary is also one of them herbs that really helps to boost the immune system. It protects the body from bacterial infection. It does. All right. It is also used, I use a lot of rosemary oil. This also is very good for someone who has stuff like eczema or psoriasis or any type of skin problems. You just apply, of course you could boil steep the rosemary and apply the tea to your skin, or you can just use a rosemary oil. You have to mix that with another a carrier oil and apply that to your skin. Also, this is very good for circulate, or lack of circulation in the body. All right. So, if you're having issue with circulation, especially in the scalp, this is good. When you're doing like scalp massage and stuff like that, you can either use this as a tea or as get the oil, and it works for circulation. Now, how does this help to stimulate hair growth? Hair growth. All right. This is good if you have dandruff and dry scalp, because it has antibacterial properties. It has antifungal and antiseptic properties. So if you have any type of scalp issues and you just find yourself itching and scratching every day, you're going to have problem with your hair. Your hair is going to eventually start, getting thin because you keep scratching. And if the scalp is not healthy, you're going to have hair loss. You see what I'm saying? So this right here is very good for the skin because it has antibacterial properties. So if you're suffering from those itchy, dry scalp, this is something that you want to apply to the scalp to stop all that itching and so that way your scalp is healthy and your hair doesn't suffer. All right. How does this stimulate hair growth and decrease hair loss? Well, now I've never been bald, but I was told that this, based on my research, this helps to regrow the hair. As I said, I'm not sure about that because I've never experienced baldness. But I do know that rosemary oil and the tea helps when you apply it directly to the hair and scalp. It stops breakage. All right. I can tell you from personal experience, I steep my rosemary and make a tea out of it. I spray it on my hair, just saturate my hair with this and spray it on my scalp. My hair is so soft and easy to detangle. I tell you, the first time I used this on my hair, I was a bit surprised because I didn't expect. Of course, everyone hair is different. I know that my hair love rosemary. I just spray it on and it just makes my hair so nice and soft. So yeah, it's, listen, it's not necessary to go out there and spend a whole bunch of money on these expensive herbs and all these things you might hear about on YouTube, all these Chebe powder and all that fancy stuff that everybody's talking about. Listen, go to your backyard. If you have this in your backyard, or just go to your local supermarket, you'd be surprised what you find. This is cheap. I mean, a pack of rosemary, what is it, like $1.99? There you go. That's it. That's all you need. All right. And so this is what I did. I boiled some water. Y'all know how I make my herbs. I boiled some water, and I just tossed a piece of rosemary in there, and I also added a piece of thyme. Here's a thyme right there. I added thyme is also very beneficial to the hair and scalp. All right. So I added a piece of thyme to it, and I just let it boil for about a minute. Then I turn the stove off, leave the lid on, and let that steep until it cools down. Just keep the cover on there and let it steep and cool down. And then I just pour that in my spray bottle, and I saturate my hair with that and spray that also on my scalp, because it has so much properties in there that is very beneficial to your scalp. All right. And that's it. And you can do this every day. You could do this a couple of times a week, and you'll be surprised at the difference in your hair if you just be consistent with these things, on a daily basis or a weekly basis. Just be consistent, and you'll see the difference in your hair, man, just using these herbs on your hair on a regular basis. All right. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.